set up. Gabe's gonna put us on a different tripod to make the.
No, it's all blown out. Hey,
yeah,
actually,
yeah, this will probably help.
Perfect.
That'll probably be a little bit better. And then we're gonna throw this on a different tripod.
Quick.
How's everybody doing?
How's all one of y'all doing right now?
For one person,
Who's on here? Oh,
we
and Goob. Where's my? If I have my iPad's in my truck.
Sorry.
And that way I can get on I get on the chitty chat, the chitty bang bang. Now there's nobody. Oh yeah. You can give me mommy's new fancy phone. Now there's nobody on, so it'll give us a second to get set up here.
Where's your iPad? I need her phone for right now.
You had it. It's right behind you.
No, I need your iPad. I need this.
It's in my truck. It's right on the middle console.
All right.
Hey y'all, who's there? I'm getting the iPad so we can get on the chat. And if you're, I will tell you to fast forward to the 1 minute mark because we're going to be starting, but you would already have had to wait for that and you might have already clicked off whatever. Sorry, we went live before we were ready. Story of my life. Kind of like the present drill that's going live before they're ready, but
You have to
I digress.
touch it.
then it's in the kitchen on the black hutch.
wow, that looks really
Did anybody?
nice.
Yeah, that looks great. Goob's designing some
Logos.
logos. No, still nobody's on. I've got to say. Then it's in the bedroom on the bed. There's somebody there. Kansas. Gray Dragon. All right, I'm gonna get on the chat here, y'all, real quick, and then we're gonna tell our tale.
This is quite a story, y'all.
We
Quite
have-
a story.
We have a story to tell.
There we go. Much better. Now it looks like they're like eye level with you.
Yeah, and it's not even with the curtain. It's still
Good.
All right, let me get connected. Hold on a second. Bear with me
Feels like
one
it's
more.
still kind of far though.
What is?
Do you want it to be closer?
Yeah,
It's on a tripod, and we can manipulate it.
Just so I can see there.
Hey, now we can actually see the whole dealio. And then
Who's
I'll
on there?
pause this. Picture looks
Yeah,
good.
that looks super sweet.
How's it
All
going,
right.
Simply Jan?
Simply Jan in Missouri. We got Jenny's Farm, Gray Dragon, Escape This World, Alvy, and Jen Norse. All right, y'all. So we're going to tell our. We had an interesting morning. I would have said we had an interesting night. We got home at 2 o'clock this morning,
We did.
and it was
And praise the Lord we did, because there was a lot of other people behind us that probably got home.
there was people in front of us that got home later than us.
Oh my.
So last night we left here at 6:30, and last night we were going to a chicken supplier that we purchased from twice before, and we were going out to his place or whatever in the middle of nowhere, and I didn't even have his address or whatever, and we were told that the shipment was coming in at 5. So first, the shipment was coming in at 5.
We have a guest.
Y'all gotta say hi to Bootsy.
Bootsy.
Now this is the Bootsy cat that broke its leg, and they popsicled her back together, and she's on Life 8, and she's living the high life with Putty Gale. Putty Gale and Bootsy. You show everybody your Bootsy Gale. Show them all Bootsy Gale. She carries her around like a sack of potatoes.
Oh.
Bootsy Gale and Putty Gale. All right, Putty Gale. Oh, there's Bootsy, y'all. All right, there you go. Blah, 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 be gone. Bye, Bootsy. Devil animal. All right, Sissy Puddin'. All right, Sissy Puddin', we love you. Don't pinch me, Texas Mom. They can't see you pinching me. They can't see you pinching me. They don't know that she climbed in the flower pot over there and took a wee-wee. All right. Texas Dad is very adamant about not having cats in the house. But see, we suffer long with our loved ones. Okay.
So yesterday.
So yesterday we left here at 6:30. So we left here.
Well, no, the whole story is that
What's the whole story?
we wanted to buy some more lane hens.
Right.
Because we went to the grocery store the last couple times, and meat is like hit or miss. It's just hit or miss. I don't know where y'all are.
Right now, supply chain, it'll be fine.
He's in phase 1 of denial. But, so bear along with him, y'all. But,
Sorry, I'm too practical.
every time you go to the grocery store, it's just hit or miss. You
The
don't
conspiracy
know
theorists
if
over here.
there's going to be meat or not. And I don't always have time to drive around to 5 different stores to look for meat or whatever. So, the last time we got meat, we were at
Bad juju.
Walmart, I think, and Goob was picking up chicken, and he picked up some rotisserie chickens. I hate picking up that stuff. It's like the last thing that I really want to feed my family, because, you know, I see those chicken trucks go by, and they're gross, y'all. They're gross.
They're
And
nasty.
how
And
they
you
raise
wanted
them,
me to
there's
tell you how
there's
nasty
a
they
lot
are?
of chicken farms around
I
here.
can
It's
smell
just
them.
really, really nasty. So I don't really like feeding my family that kind of meat, but in today's
Yeah, in a pinch, you do what you gotta do.
state of the nation, I'm like, whatever. It's meat, let's just get it and be done. But we have a really great supplier of laying hens that we've bought from twice before, and he gets them from big laying facilities. And I guess once they
He supposedly gets them from Amish. is
he
what
gets
said.
them
That's
from
his story.
Missouri and Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Supposedly there's like these Amish farms that have laying hens, like mass production warehouse laying hens. And at 14 months old, they get rid of them because their production starts to kill off. So he somehow has this relationship with them, scoops them up, and then has them shipped down here, and then sells them between $2 and $4 a bird. So we've bought from him twice before. It's a really great deal. When you get the birds, they're kind of super fragile, and you have
I mean,
to,
they're not really fragile. They're just tired and sick and haven't eaten.
right. So you have to kind of like
'Cause we
baby
haven't
them.
lost any.
I mean, as far as hens go, you wouldn't really have to like dip hens' beaks in water and all that stuff if you
True.
bought from another family farm. But these birds, you gotta, little tender love and care, and they're not used to being outside, and they're not used to fresh
Seeing
air.
green grass and all
Right.
that stuff.
So there's a little bit of a transitional period with them where they have to realize that they are living beings and chickens, and they can actually walk and not live in huddled masses. But that being said, we've had 2 really great experiences with them, and we haven't lost any. So
I wanted to interject.
we were thinking, let's get some more. I was thinking, let's get some more, because the grocery store situation being what it is, and this will be healthier meat for our family.
And we wanted to bless our community.
And there was a lot of people looking also for birds.
And we were the brilliant ones that figured we would go pick them up for everybody. So that's
Which
what we
is
did.
usually no big deal at all to go pick these birds
Usually.
up. It takes 2 minutes. They throw them on the
Well,
trailer.
an hour and a half
whatever.
drive and then 2 minutes.
So last
Supposedly.
night,
That's the rumor.
the truck was supposed to get in at 5 o'clock last night. Then he called and said there's been a delay or whatever. The truck's not getting in until 8. And then I was like, well,
And then we get out there at 8:30, and there's a line of people waiting to buy birds in the middle of nowhere
with horse trailers.
with horse trailers
All of it.
after like a gigantic storm and like 4 inches of rain and tornado warnings and all that shenanigans. And so we get out there, and it's this little backside road, and he was like, well, turn around here in this driveway, back up and get in line. So I'm like, man,
Is it the loop-de-loop? Like the little circle thing?
no, I
No?
wish, no.
Oh.
If it was a loop-de-doop, I wouldn't have gotten stuck with the horse trailer on the back of a 12-passenger van and couldn't get out.
In the dark, in the mud.
In the dark, in the mud, under tornado warning, and it just
Rain.
stopped raining. And so I get stuck.
And everybody else with big horse trailers are moving up in the line, and we're losing our place in the line.
Yeah, so I get stuck, and then so I get talking to a couple of the guys, and he was like, "Man, I've been here since 5:30. I drove from Fort Worth, and this dude's saying this truck ain't coming till 9:30." And I'm like, 9:30? That ain't the story I heard, but don't quite matter because I'm stuck. And so they helped me. They pushed me out, which is a miracle. Is the only. I mean, they pushed a 12-passenger van and a horse trailer that we couldn't lift. You know, we're like, let's try to. Maybe we'll try unhitching this thing. Let's try picking up on it. Oh, we ain't doing that. And so they pushed me. I did the 52-point K turn, and I got out, and then I took the slow boat to China and turned around. I got back in line, and now I'm like 5 trucks deeper than what I would have been.
And they keep coming, y'all. Like,
And the peoples keep coming.
They keep coming with horse trailers, like.
Horse trailers, yard trailers, like this one dude had this like leaf trailer with like these totes with like holes drilled in them.
Like how many totes did he have on there?
Oh, he had, well, I figured it. He was putting 10 in a tote, and he had 10 or 12 totes. So he was buying 100 or 120 or whatever. And
so there was a 100 bird limit this time that you could only buy 100
although
birds.
somebody bought 160, I saw him on the sheet.
And there was a tally sheet, and yeah, we waited.
I think what he does is he gets a chicken count, and if it's low, he keeps calling people, and because they keep coming. People kept showing up till 11:30. People were still showing up at 11:30. Ask me. Wait a minute, you got there at 6:30. How would you know that people are showing up at 11:30? You want to know how I know?
No, we got there at 8:30.
Here at 6:30.
Right.
Yes. Midnight chicken run. Yes. So.
And then you got home at.
Right. Well, we'll tell the story. We'll tell the story. So we're sitting in a line, a long, very, very slow line. We're sitting in a line, and the chicken truck still has not showed up yet. So we were like talking and goofing around, and we did a little live deal, and we're waiting and waiting and waiting, and I make sure that I keep turning the van off. Right. And I know you're going to be like, well, why are you mentioning that you're turning the van off every time you move? And the reason I mention that is, let's fast forward from 8:30 to 11:30. And now, magically, the chicken truck is here. People have been loading chickens for maybe an hour or so. And now, look, it's our turn. And I go to start the van, and the battery's dead. So then I had to...
These poor people that pushed us.
The poor guy that got me out of stuck in the mud is trying to leave to drive 2 hours back to Fort Worth, and I'm kind of in his way and stuck dead in the middle of the road. So then he has to stop and jump me, y'all. And I love Texas, and I love Texans.
Because they take it all in stride. They're like,
oh yeah, no problem. I got my jumper cable right here.
Not even like, no.
Didn't miss a beat.
Didn't miss a beat.
Didn't skip a beat.
Just like, yep.
Just making it happen.
Got it.
Pulled out the jumper cables. We jumped her. She fired her up. They went off to Dallas to Fort Worth, and so now.
But wait, what did they say last time they got?
So he's bought chickens before.
From this guy.
And he bought 100 before, and last time he didn't bring a trailer. And the guy says, oh, don't worry about bringing a trailer, just bring your pickup, and we'll put them in these bags. Well, they were like some kind of like mesh feed bag, and you want to talk about something hillbilly. So this guy stuffed 10 birds per mesh feed bag, and by the time this guy got back to Fort Worth, 70 of the 100 were dead. So he ended up with 30. And so this time he brought a trailer, and they were all comfy cozy, like, palatial estate status going on. And so he headed back to Dallas-Fort Worth. Now it's our turn. We get to back up, and I don't know if
back
you
up down this long, muddy driveway. The mud was like...
The mud and this chicken stench. The stench of death and chicken stench was disgusting.
It was really bad.
So they chucked all these chickens in our trailer, and then this youngin came to collect my money, and he was this little black boy with, like, you know, diamond stud earrings. It didn't really seem like the country type, but I thought it was interesting anyway. But
he was such a nice kid.
yeah, he was a cool kid.
And
I said,
give the updates.
I said, hey buddy, I was like, did you just throw 100 dead chickens in my trailer? And he was like, no, you got the good ones. They're from the middle. I don't know exactly what that meant. He was like, so they were all alive.
Oh,
and I'm
boy.
like, he just said we're all alive. Okay,
Rescue
so
chickens.
yeah, so now we make the drive back, and it's raining, and it's like we get back here at 2 a.m.
There was still, when we left our turn of picking up chickens, there was still at least 5 people with horse trailers behind us, and the way that the little country road turned, you just couldn't see beyond that. I think there were people beyond that, because there was those people that went by us with those little trailers too. I think the line kept going past those 5 horse trailers, but
It's possible.
it was crazy. I'm like, they're gonna be here till like 3 o'clock in the morning.
They delivered a lot of chickens.
Yeah.
And they were definitely going to be there late, and I didn't want to find out how late. And I had to go to work this morning and everything, and so we get back at 2. We borrowed the Joyful Life's trailer.
Thank you, Joyful Life.
Thank you, Joyful Life. And so I'm like, look, how about we just do this other stuff in the morning? We'll get this all sorted out. How about we try to go to bed? So
it was raining, and they were they were stressed out.
And they were all bedded down and stressed out. And we
like,
put some water in there, and we're like, we're going to bed.
We put 2 big buckets of water in there.
So we went to bed like around, I washed my hands, y'all. That's why I'm touching my face.
But I jumped in the shower and washed my whole body.
Well, I'm referencing to the fact that I'm touching myself right now.
Oh, no,
I always wash my hands.
Last night after our chicken date.
I washed my hands a lot way before the Wuhan wheeze, y'all. Way before the Wuhan wheeze, I have been washing my hands because I'm like a quasi-germaphobe. Not quite Howie Mandel status, but
Close.
you know, but close enough. Close enough seldom is, y'all. So we got home at 2. We slept briefly. We slept fast, and then I think we ended up. I got up at 6 home. Texas mom got up at 7. We're like, let's do the chicken thing.
I was scared.
Yeah,
was like,
I totally
gonna be dead.
with the vibe and the track record of our entire trip and everything, the way everything went so seamlessly perfect.
Chickens were like extra, like on the road extra long, and they got there extra late, and like they could have been in those trailers for like a couple days.
I have no idea.
I think they were sorting through dead ones to even find us live ones last night.
No, that's untrue, because I watched them load them, and they just pick them up, and and it was funny because the smell was terrible. So, very terrible is not even a really good word.
We need to get a bumper sticker like rescue a chicken. You know how people have like rescue a pet or something? Rescue a chicken.
So, chicken 911. So we get up at 7, we go out, all the chickens are alive. Miraculously.
Totally.
Just one shows a little bit of
One is hurt, but we had like 2 hurt last time, and then they healed.
And
they were fine.
These are some type of sex link, very friendly, probably a sex link leghorn cross.
They are totally warehouse chickens.
Yeah.
Like, and that's how our last 2 batches
Yeah, their
were
combs
too.
are like not
They're real
are
pale.
faded, pale.
They're not even like pink-ish. They're like just so faded. They've never seen the light of day. They get freaked out about everything.
And once they're here like 30 days, then they're like super cool and great, and they're
yeah.
like your best friend, and they follow you around.
Sure. And then they like jump in your van and follow you. They're like the dog you rescued.
Yeah, they're like the friend for life. Thank you for rescuing us.
A little too friendly for life.
Yeah, they're a little weird.
But they're so sweet. It's so sweet to watch them like learn what a blade of grass is and eat grass, and like learn how to scratch the ground and find bugs, and they're so cute. And then did you tell them about your one that you named America?
Yeah, so then there was one that first off, they don't come out of the trailer. You have to like carry them out of the trailer. And we took one out, and she just immediately started like free ranging and like scratching and pecking and traveling around. I'm like, she like loves freedom. And I call her America. She loves her freedom. And I said, America, I wish I knew what it was like to be America, because it ain't America anymore, and it ain't never gonna be America again. But I won't go that way.
America, you're almost
Welcome to you're the old America, and welcome to the new America. Because okay, I won't go there yet.
No more.
Okay,
no more politics.
No
right
more
now.
political innuendo. Okay,
Yes.
so do we butcher them? Why would they hide that? We do butcher them ourselves.
Yes, we will butcher them eventually, but first they're gonna live out a good, long, happy life, like good month or so.
And we're gonna spread the love. We got a couple. Joyful Life's getting some, and a couple of our other friends. We have 3 other people that we're divvying them up with.
They want heads.
Our community.
Because right now, y'all, you cannot find laying hens. Like laying hens are like hot commodity.
And these things crank. I mean, these things lay, man. These things crank the eggs out.
Yeah.
For real.
And even roosters. I went
The
on,
rooster's legs?
No, I went on Craigslist to find a rooster, like a full-size standard
you were
rooster.
looking for a rooster. I thought you said
Everything costs money right now. Everything costs money. All the
stuff
roosters,
costs money. When did that
the
happen?
roosters like $20,
thought everything was free.
$25. I'm like, what happened to the free roosters? Yeah.
Wow.
Roosters, $25.
So we get the chickens out. We dip them in the apple cider vinegar deal.
100 chickens.
100 chickens.
One at a time. Well, 2 at a time. Me and Goob.
Goob and
Chicken
and
poop.
in the middle of the pouring rain.
Chicken poop all over my shirt. Chicken poop all over my dress.
She was
It was nasty.
Texas mom was the chicken poop princess. Y'all.
It was awesome. And then you have to dip their heads in, their beaks in water with apple cider vinegar to revive them back to life. And probably to teach
Resuscitate.
them how to drink water, because they probably are used to drinking chicken.
And
people.
we took these chickens out of the trailer, and they all huddled under a cedar tree, and they're still there.
They
And
don't
that
move.
was 7 o'clock this morning.
And we know from our last 2 batches that like they'll go back into the coop and they'll just stay there. Like they like to be enclosed. So you have to like get them all out, chase them out, close up the enclosure.
We're trying to explain social distancing to these chickens. They don't understand how to properly protect themselves from different types of viruses and infections, and no one has taught them social distancing. So we have to ingrain and instill that in them. The only way that they're going to survive as a chicken society is if they keep an appropriate amount of space between each other, because if they don't, they'll obviously all die spontaneously, predominantly out of fear. Okay, so we do the chicken dance.
He's in denial, y'all. Don't mind him. He's in phase 1 denial.
Conspiratorial person here, okay? Tinfoil hat, Texas mom.
I'm in phase
Tinfoil
10.
hat.
He's in
Check
phase
Texas
1
mom.
of
She's buying the Wuhan Wheeze propaganda, y'all. All right, the Wuhan Wheeze propaganda.
I'm just buying 100 laying hens, just in case. Just in case.
I'm not a homesteader. I just subbed to see that smile on your oldest boy. Wow, well, thank you.
Aw.
Our boys are handsome, happy, and handsome. Let's see. Hello from Indiana. The Wyatt Life. Christine Taylor. Don't buy it, Texas mom. Jan says don't buy it. Antonia.
Uh-oh, it's gonna get crazy in here.
It's gonna
now.
get crazy. Be good. Behave, Antonia.
Yes, you really did it. We really did it.
Oops, we did it again.
By
Don't sing the song, Texas mom.
Got home at 2 a.m. And there are people that probably got home at
Oh, they got home way later than that. Or they lived a lot
But it
closer.
was very weird. Like, we're waiting in the line, and I was just like, are we in America? Like, is this real?
This is the new Merca.
I'm waiting in a line
In the new Merca.
in the dark at night,
In the dark, y'all. That is not a metaphor, but it is a metaphor.
waiting for chickens.
We came across these chickens on the good old Craigslist.
But they're not on Craigslist anymore. You have to have the inside.
Yeah,
scoop.
you got to have the phone number.
I have the phone
And
number.
we have a chicken bat signal, and it's in the shape of the silhouette of the chicken, right?
It
And
was
you
like-
put it on a very 1,000-watt LED light cannon, and when you shine the chicken signal in the sky, Chicken Man will text you a encrypted message via text across the signal, y'all. Encrypted messaging, and he will tell you when and where and how to purchase the chickens with Bitcoin or with aluminum, gold, or silver, or other precious metals
From the Amish.
from the Amish. Y'all, just saying.
We're in.
We're on the inside, y'all.
We're on the inside.
And if we run out of toilet paper, we'll use a chicken. We'll just use a chicken. Just use a chicken and you let it go. It's like, come here, got you, ha ha, now you're gonna pay. Run along, Johnny, run along.
You don't even have to catch them.
And you'll get the additional fertilizer. The chicken will get
my
vitamins and
God,
minerals
stop.
and micronutrients,
All done.
probiotics,
Nope.
prebiotics,
Nope. Nope.
cesspool. Okay,
Panic
what were we-
buying chickens. Panic buying chickens. In
Why
the hours
did
of the morning.
why didn't the drone deliver them? You scoff and mock, you wait.
I tried. I tried to order them on Amazon,
Oh, it's coming, y'all.
but they weren't available.
We're not quarantining them from our flock because our previous flock was from the same
They're
fella.
self-quarantined.
And they're self-quarantined. If you look at the thumbnail picture for this deal, like that was tonight, like right before we started, and that's right where we put them this morning at 7 o'clock.
They're all.
They're self-quarantining. Someone has taught them the importance of remaining in isolation to prevent the cross-infection from other of their like species. And the chicken scientists all agree that this is the correct way, and someone has taught them.
I was thinking about quarantining them, but then I was like, how am I going to do that? And then 2 o'clock in the morning and all that. But honestly, the flocks are totally separated anyway, so it's not a big deal. They're all self-quarantined. The flocks are not mingled. Now the Bachelor Club did go up there, and I saw the Bachelors.
The
were
Bachelor
there.
Club is our gaggle of free roosters that the Texas Millennial
That was our
turned
last
us on
date.
to a hot tip. So we had our last chicken date was this beautiful, lovely drive, 1 hour and 10 minutes south, to receive an enormous amount of free-range chickens
Roosters.
that just poop out like an inordinate amount of eggs. And so these chickens were readily available, prepackaged, ready for us to pick up when we drove 1 hour and 10 minutes. And when we got there, they were all roosting 40 foot in a tree.
This was our last chicken date. Don't
And-
be confused, y'all.
yes.
He's telling you about our last chicken date.
Telling you about our
not
last
our
chicken date.
date.
Not this super awesome chicken
Not-
date this morning at
not,
2 o'clock
Not
this
our
morning.
2 o'clock in the morning this morning chicken date.
The last one was Richie's fault. This one's Texas Mom's fault.
This is
See,
all
because
me.
it's always,
Well,
look,
we helped
if
a
you
lot
haven't
of,
talked
a lot of
to
our friends are
politicians
doing
and scientists, it has to be somebody's fault. This is not China's fault. This is Texas Mom's fault. All right? And if you don't self-quarantine and somebody supposedly gets something from you, it's your fault. All right?
my.
So these are new, this is the new America. Okay? And we need new speak and new concepts that didn't ever previously exist from observable science. So now that we have new science
Okay.
and climate hazardness, scariness, what do they don't call it climate change anymore.
Oh,
It's
really?
climate something spooky.
Poor TM. Aww. Yeah, so we got chickens.
So we have 100 chickens. We're keeping 50, I think. So we have like 40 so, and we're keeping 50. So we'll have like 90 so.
What? We have 40.
No, how many do we have?
He doesn't
How many do we have, Goop?
We have 60.
We have 60, sorry. So we're...
Well, except that I didn't count the bachelor.
Yeah, don't count the roosters. They're worthless.
And the bachelors. And the ones in the shop.
Oh, and your fun.
And my fun
And the fun
chickens.
chickens.
We don't know how many
And we
chickens
got a
we
video
have, though.
coming out with our new brooder.
Yes. I'm loving the brooder. Showed you the brooder tonight. All set up.
Yeah, the brooder is super killer. Hatching Time. Big shout out to Hatching Time. Go check out Hatching Time. Do we have a discount code or something?
No, we don't have a discount code, but if you sign up on their website for their email notifications, I think you get a discount, and then there's like a $5 off or something. They're doing, most of their stuff is pre-order right now because they are sold out on a lot of things, but there's still some things on there that are really good, and yeah, I would highly recommend these brooders are awesome. Or if you want to do quail, the quail setups are really, really nice too. There's all kinds of things on there. There's laying hen, like the little nest boxes that are mounted to the wall with the little egg trays that come out. Everything is really, really awesome. Everything that they have is really like, it answers a lot of the problems that you have with raising a backyard flock. So.
Yeah, so somebody asked if you are going to have a breeding program for the designer worthless chickens that provide no value or any
and I mean, they're going to be like, what's the market's, I mean, going to be raging on that right now. So.
Oh yeah, it's definitely an essential buy. A designer worthless, like pretty nice chicken that serves no functional value. So we're expecting to make an enormous amount of cash flow from Texas Mom's venture.
It's like every other business venture that I've ever tried.
Pretty much, like your gift basket business.
Everything that I've ever tried.
I think I still have.
We're still gonna do
cornucopias.
it. We're still gonna have fun with it. I'm still gonna have fun with it. I'm still gonna be hatching out I hatched out 6 baby Polish and a little silky. We got a silky, like, it's so cute. It's half silky, half Polish.
Oh, good.
So cute. And then I got all the showgirls. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's just my little fun project.
105 chickens.
But we're also gonna be doing all the colored eggs eventually, and just production hens, obviously. Dual purpose hens. I think that's kind of the thing right now. Is more of what people are looking for, sustainability in the backyard chicken. So breeds that are dual purpose and you can use for birth.
Yes, that is our, you were saying when we talked about going live, you work for ExxonMobil. Okay, let's see. Lone Star Living.
Hey.
Yeah, refinery in Baton Rouge. Yeah, oil's tanked, y'all.
It's very interesting what is going on.
It's very interesting how it all happens at the same time. I mean, this is totally coincidental, y'all. Just saying, when Russia like triples production, and at the same time, everything tanks the tanky, and then that tanks it even worse. And Russia doesn't have the Wuhan wheeze, y'all. Just saying. Coincidence, though. Sheer coincidence.
Yeah.
So what did you wanted to talk about something else, Texas Mom, about? Was it about preparedness or what was it about?
Oh, I was just thinking that, last night on our date, I just got to thinking.
What were you thinking about? On our awesome date.
While we were sitting there. The stars were really pretty last night.
Once the tornado blew over, the stars were epic.
So I was just kind of thinking, the difference between men and women, and when the state of affairs are the way they are right now, and things are a little unsettling or unknown. I feel like as a mom, I just kind of go into mama bear mode where I'm just okay, let me see how I'm gonna meet the needs of my family. Okay, let me figure out how I'm going to get everybody fed, how am I going to keep everybody clean and healthy, how am I going to just, have the pantry stocked, take care of everybody, that kind of thing. and thinking long-term, short-term, just trying to wrap my mind around just all the day-to-day logistics of everything. And then my husband
That's me.
goes into, I think just naturally, I don't know, as men, like just my observation is that they just go into protector mode of just, you know, of course being, just being home more, just being around more, wanting to stay closer to home. Just things are unsettling and uneasy, so just,
Loading magazines
yeah, just,
and not backyard home.
no, but like, you know, we just don't know really exactly what's going on and going to happen and if it's going to get better or worse sooner or later. So, you know, I think he
It's
just,
gonna get better sooner.
he goes into denial first, but then protection mode of just
Tinfoil
like,
hat wearer, y'all.
you know,
Conspiratorial.
just,
Conspiracy theorist. Texas mom.
yeah.
I'm the logical, rational, scientific one. Texas mom is the conspiratorial. I don't know if you noticed this, y'all.
She all pegs me.
Quackery.
Oh yeah.
Quackery and tomfoolery.
Total.
Texas mom.
Sensationalist. Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
See, and all this time, Texas mom wanted to poo-poo. Whenever I would try to
I
bring
could
this stuff
tell.
up, she would poo-poo Texas dad. And now she, you know what, you reap,
Until I went to Walmart.
you reap what you sow, y'all. You reap what you sow. That's all I'm gonna say there. But here is the good thing. Here's what's really cool. I mean,
Oh, no,
I'm
you
not,
shouldn't be
I'm not worried.
No.
I get very angry when I see the dismantling of what used to be the Constitution that got dismantled a long time ago, and then the full implementation of what they've been doing since the Civil War. I mean, this is the long play, y'all. This is what they've been doing since that more perfect union that destroyed the Republic, you know. And you just watch this full implementation and the Coke versus Pepsi, you know, and the conservatives and the, you know, libo doodle guys, and they're like both do the same thing, but when the one guy does it, it's right, and when the other guy does it, it's wrong. You know, when Byrne wants to give everybody money, he's crazy, and how are we gonna pay for it? And then when the orange man wants to do it, it's like, yeah, man, that's my money. Well, I'll take it. And like, well, I mean, yeah, I guess, but at the same time, when's the shoe gonna drop? You know, the shoe's got to drop.
Have we seen California? It's crazy. No, I try not to. Like, I'll just tune in like once a day and just kind of get the daily report of whatever dramatic things are changing.
Do not watch it. Just stop. It's worthless. Don't even. And I mean, like all this Wuhan Wee stuff and this supposed statistics. First off, if this thing is supposedly a Chinese bioweapon, and I'm China, and I did this, which I think America did this at the military games last year, right before the Chinese caught it. So, and that, I mean, yes or no, and it doesn't even matter if we did it, but I think we did it. But if they did it, if I was China and I'm the bad guy and I want to destroy you, I do it, right? And then I say, oh, it's terrible over here and everybody's dying and you got to quarantine and you got to ostracize and do all this stuff so that you destroy your economy in the process of trying to stop an invisible boogeyman that doesn't even barely exist that like 200 people have. Then China couldn't have done it and then it have been bad because, oh, they're communists and they'll kill millions of their people and they don't care. 9/11, y'all, okay? So there you go. So, you know, people make these goofy stories up that self-contradict, that don't make any sense, but it works because it falls into some Pepsi Coke paradigm. And look, we all need to wake up. The paradigm, and this is the hope and the beauty to take from this. You can see there is no king but Jesus, right? And he's coming back, and he's mad. Okay, so he's coming back, he's mad. So you can repent and believe the gospel, or you can suffer the consequences of when he comes back and he says, hey, you know what? All this abortion stuff, and supposedly one side doesn't like it, but y'all both fund it and everything. Like, yeah, you know, a couple people might have died from a supposed virus, but you like kill children 6,000 a day for the last 100 or so years, and you're cool with it, and I've never been cool with it, and here you go. So, you know, that's kind of, and I know people get all, you know, click off, well, you're starting to talk about politics, but I am a political Gnostic. The only thing politics has proven to me is that they are both exactly the same, and they'll spray paint it with a different color, and they'll coat it with a different scent, and the one scent smells great to the one side, and it smells terrible to the other side, and these dudes are all the same, they're all in bed, and they're all super cool with UBI. Watch, okay? You want to know what the new America is? Here's the new America. The new America is, oh, you know, this quarantining thing works. So next year, here's what we're going to do. We're going to quarantine during flu season, because this whole quarantine thing makes sense. And hundreds of thousands of people die every year from the flu. And it's terrible, and it's somebody's fault. And if you don't quarantine, it's your fault. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pay you to stay home for 3 months during flu season. We're going to give you a basic universal income. Maybe it's $1,000. Maybe it's $2,500. We're going to give you free high-speed internet and free Netflix. So don't worry about it. Stay home, quarantine, socially ostracize yourself.